So Goldie plays game 300 on the Goldie, Sunday 4 p.m. live on Fox Footy. Such a significant achievement and one we get to revel in right now with the man himself, Todd Goldstein. Thanks for dropping by.
Thanks for having me on.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
I thought it was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be that big and black, though.
To be fair, this is actually the best it's looked all week. It was shocking Saturday night, and it was getting worse and worse. This is the best it's been, so I'll take this for the moment.
Did you think out of all weeks, a week where every camera's going to be on you, they'll want the close-up shots as well?
Initially, you did think that, but then I thought, you know what, in 10 years' time, no one's going to know what happened, and I'm going to be able to make up a great story and make me look even better and even tougher. So you never know.
Just firstly, I know we're here to talk about yourself, but great chat by your mum this morning. What about the sledge to Clark?
Yeah, she's not wrapped from what I've heard about the clips being played, but look, she was speaking from the heart, and Dad was quite fierce, especially when he was defending me. So she did a great job, and I really appreciate the words she said and what the footy club did this morning.
Was he big?
Yeah. So Dad was, he's about 6'6", 6'5", but he was about 160, 180 kilos. He was a big man. He was. If he caught you, you're in a bit of strife.
Oh, that's unreal. Hey, you've got such an interesting career. Just the metamorphoses along the way. I mean, you were a basketballer originally, and were probably more proficient at basketball, from what I understand, when you were first drafted than you were at AFL.
Yeah, absolutely. I spent my whole life playing basketball and wanting to be a basketballer and wanting to try and represent Australia and things like that. And yeah, it wasn't until I was 18 when I really started to enjoy my footy and think, maybe I can give this a crack. So yeah, I was definitely at that point a better basketballer, but now I think I can call myself a footballer now.
I think you've got it, mate.
I
think you've got it covered.
We'll call you a footballer now.
Absolutely. Your craft for a ruckman is as good as anyone who's ever played the game. You got ruckman, and then you got craftsmen who are ruckman, like a Simon Madden. Your craft is exceptional. I mean, every time you go to a boundary line throw-in, I say to our fellow commentators, you watch Goldie milk a free kick here. He's able to get underneath the arm. How do you do it? You get so many free kicks, and when we look back, they're all there. How do you do it?
I think for me, coming from...
And I don't mean milk, I mean
from such a small base, I think I learnt a lot, and I was open to all the feedback I got and watching how the players done it. And I was able to just create a craft that worked for me and my body shape. I'm not the strongest of ruckman, but so I had to use the better technique and what I could to give myself an advantage. So that's what I've prided myself in of 17 years now of working on that.
But you body positioning at those boundary line throws, especially around the ground, not so much the centre bounce, because the kids jump a high way these days.
The big boys.
But around the ground, when you can actually get around that side and touch and feel, your craft is as good as anyone the game's ever seen.
Yeah, I think it's something that a lot of my ruck stuff has just come naturally. I think my school probably the first people that saw it and saw something in me, and I naturally just had that ruck craft and the ability to tap the ball softly with soft hands. So those things I think just come naturally to me as well. So something innate that I don't know I do.
I marvel at any player who can feature at senior level for nearly 2 decades. What's been the biggest challenge over the past 17 years?
I think it's just the ability to cope with the highs and lows that you get with AFL and to be able to adapt to the ever-changing game. It's changed so much in the expectation of ruckman from end of 2006 when I got drafted to now, and what ruckman can do and what they're expected to do now is a lot higher than just winning a hit out, and I think that's be able to change with the game is probably the biggest challenge you've got as a player playing for that long.
So we just saw some of your footage there, and you've seen blokes debut 15 odd years ago, and the way they come in and they're probably listening to certain music, and now you're seeing Harry Sheasel come in and debut, and they've got a different swagger, and you've been through all the mods, all the cons, all the fate. You've seen all these kids come in, and you'd be able to tell what era it is in a photo of your teammates by what they're wearing and what they're listening to.
Pretty much. It is very weird. I mean, obviously it was weird when Jackson Archer came on the club after my first year was Glenn's last year, but when we drafted Cooper this year, that was what really hit home how old I'm starting to get. You know, when I played nearly a decade with his dad, and then to now be playing with be on the list with his son is very, very weird. So, yeah, things have definitely changed, and I think I've appreciated being the older statesman, being the dad now, not worrying too much about what I wear. I'm not trying to keep up with these kids anymore, that's for sure.
You must be so proud to be a one-club player. Why North?
Yep.
You had opportunities to leave, but you've stuck fat with North. Why?
Oh, look, it's one of those intangible things that a footy club, and Dermott, you know what it was like at Hawks. Once you're involved in these clubs, it's hard not to fall in love with them, and it's the people behind the scenes that you don't see. Like the coaches and players come and go, but it's the constants behind the scenes. It's the Carly and Janet Fox, it's Lance Williams, it's Georgie who used to always come down to our training session. It's all those people behind the scenes that the club means so much to, and you can't help but get caught up in that. And yeah, there's always opportunities elsewhere, but for me, I always wanted to try to be a one-club player and especially play 300 games once it became a chance at this footy club, and yeah, I'm really proud to do that.
One of the things we used to do in State of Origin games was A-teams trainers looked after us each State of Origin game, and the North Melbourne blokes were the best group of blokes. They were fantastic. First time I encountered them, I was rugged up at half time, and one walked across the oval at Arden Street and he was in a t-shirt and it was soaking wet and he was carrying bags and it was raining, and I've looked at him and I'm going like this, and he looked at me and he went, "Weak as."
Yeah, I reckon that sums up North Melbourne people and North Melbourne supporters. So it's a great footy club. I'm forever grateful that I landed at this place. I didn't know a lot about North when I got drafted, but I'm super glad it was there. I landed at.
Look.
Great.
Before you go, look at that. Well. That's awesome. How many are we going to sell on the weekend, mate?
Hopefully quite a few of it's going to the footy club, but I'm really happy and glad and thankful for what the footy club has done for me, and hope I can pay him back.
And finally, how many family and friends making the trip to the Gold Coast?
So I think I don't know exactly who's going. My wife's taken a lot of that stuff for me, but I think the latest ticket thing was about 28, 29. But when you've got 5 kids and your mum and your in-laws and my wife come in, there's already 10, so it adds up pretty quickly.
Well,
so from all the ex-players, well done.
Yeah, congratulations, Todd. Thanks so much for stopping by, and enjoy all the weekend events, and hopefully you get a win to celebrate.
Thank you very much for having me on. Appreciate it.